From the other side there was a click, and the panel swung open about an inch. He looked back and raised his eyebrows. "Cool, looks like a secret passage," Trevor said. As he entered the small room, he caught a glimpse of a figure seated at the desk in front of him, but with a blink of his eyes, it was gone. He turned back and took the lamp from Trevor. The room was small and dusty. The contents were the desk and chair. On the top was laid a folded sheet of coarse, yellowed paper with a red wax seal. "Oh, wow, look at that," said Trevor as he leant past Pete grabbing the parchment. "Oh, come on, be careful, it looks old." Before he could stop him, the youth broke the seal and roughly opened up the document. He leant into the light and with a strained expression he attempted to read it. "It's just a note from some old bloke about an old granny not liking family," he said, passing the letter to Pete. "I'm going back to bed." With that, he left him with a hearty goodbye. Inside the room, small particles of dust rained on Pete as Trevor jogged back up the stairs. Now alone with all that had been going on, Pete felt a little self-conscious and decided to retire back to his room. He stepped out of the hiding place and pushed the panel back with a click. Back in his chair, he looked over at Sam. She was semi-catatonic, curled up on their bed. He was worried for her. He turned the lamp down low. With the parchment in front of him, he started to read the impressive quill-written text. "To whomsoever discovers this statement of fact, my family has been cursed by an old woman, commonly referred to as a witch in this region. My father and I were partaking in the fine ales produced by Mr. Carter, the local publican. As the evening progressed, we became more and more inebriated and far more rambunctious. My father's attention was drawn to the old crone who was always sat by the fire. He abused her verbally, saying things that many thought, but none dare utter. As we stumbled out of the hostelry, the woman blocked our way. She mumbled at my father, who took offence and whipped her with his riding crop. She cowered aside, crying, and as we carried on our way, she cursed us and threatened that the heads of our household will all die by their own hands for 1,000 years. My father died a few years later by his own hand, and I inherited the estate and now fear for my own life. At the passing of my father, we instigated proceedings, and Mother Parkins was convicted and hung for witchcraft. I do hereby countercurse that at the end of the world the de Lacy name will own the estate again and exact revenge on the commoners. William de Lacy, 23rd of September, 1703.